Hey everyone, welcome to Stratele Studios. I'm Jeff Castanon. Welcome to another No Pause video reaction and analysis. Today we have a request from my awesome viewer. It goes by Iowa Dad 81. This is one from the Petersens, who I've had on the channel before, and I've grown quite fond of this group. This is Scarborough Fair and Down to Donegal. So let's get into this and we'll chat a little bit at the end. Let's hit that play button. Here we go.
To Scarborough Fair, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. He once was a true love of mine. Tell him to make me a cambric shirt. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, without no seams nor needlework. Then he'll be a true love of mine. Tell him to
That was freaking awesome. That definitely was my favorite thing that I have seen from them so far. So many things about this that I love. Okay, let's start from the top. They take this standard Scarborough Fair, which I've heard many, many times. I've never really been a big fan of this song, and now I am. To start it off with our girl on the violin, boy, she just killed it in this performance, but I'll get to her in a minute. But to start it off the way that she did with that rhythmic thing, which you couldn't really figure out, like, how are you going to get from there to Scarborough Fair? And it's like, okay, I'm not quite getting it. But she stayed on that, and then the other instruments started to come in, and then I'm like, oh, that's what's going on with it. So it was so smart of them to take this percussive thing that is part of the overall sound of it and just take that little different, part that stands on its own, pull that out, make that the intro. It was brilliant. Oh, loved it. So good. And her playing on this throughout the whole thing, I don't know their names yet, but let's see if there may be Katie. It looks like fiddle, Katie Petersen. I'm gonna go with that for now. Hopefully, I'm right. She is really freaking good. She killed it. The solo that she took on this was so beautiful. So sophisticated, so smart, and she did so many beautiful things in that solo that it really took me aback, because I didn't expect that it would be on that level. Maybe because of her age, I don't know what it was. She looks so sweet and innocent. I don't know what it was. Maybe she looked so young. I don't know what it was, but I didn't expect that to come out of her, and it blew me away. Amazing. Then, as I've said before, Emmett Franz on dobro. That guy, every time he's on his instrument, every note he plays is brilliant, and especially when he improvises. The sophistication in which he plays, the how clever he is, inventive. There are some things where he was doing stuff with open strings and creating beautiful chimey chord as he was picking through this thing. I mean, there's all these little things in his solo that I was like, man, what a seasoned player. This guy really, really has a connection with the instrument and really knows what he's doing. Then they transition into the second piece, down to Donegal, and it's kind of like, what's going to happen? You're kind of waiting as this comes in and transitions, without stopping into this other song, and it was very captivating, very interesting to watch them kind of transition into this other tune. The one thing I want to point out about that I really enjoyed was hearing Emmett play this line that was repeated and echoed on the mandolin. I think her name is Julianne. And so you would hear this melody on the dobro, and then you would hear that same melody on the mandolin, and they're very different sounding instruments. So it was beautiful. It's like having this conversation with two creatures that were speaking the same language but had different voices. So I really, really, really liked that. And I liked the ending of it, how they ended it. This is so good, guys. This is really, really good. When they all came in, I got to rewind to the beginning, because when they all came in, I melted. That sound with all of those instruments, including the banjo and the big bass played by the mother, Karen. When they all came in together, oh man! And Matt on his acoustic, which I always love his playing, and his singing too. He's great. He didn't sing on this, but I've heard him before. It was the whole thing. I just melted when they all came in together at the beginning of Scarborough Fair. This is definitely my favorite thing from the Petersens. I loved it. Oh my gosh, Iowa Dad 81, you nailed it with this request. Thank you so much. Please support this group. I'm going to have a link in the description to their channel and also a link to this video if you just want to go and watch the video on its own. Please support them. They're awesome. Very talented group, and boy, they're giving some sunshine to this great world. So, come back for more. See you next time.